Well, the Rush continue their final away series of the season as they take on the Kansas City Mavericks tonight at 7:05 Central here at the Cable Dahmer Arena in Independence, Missouri. Almost said the Maverick Center for a second there. Chad Costello alongside Rush associate coach. Rush and the Mavericks here today. Tough loss on Wednesday, of course. Not the result you desire, but some positives, and we'll get to those in a second. But overall thoughts on Wednesday?
Yeah, I didn't love our effort, I'll be honest. I think we have better inside of us. We're just going to have to find it. We have to find it quickly because this team doesn't mess around. They got the best record in the division for a reason. They're fast and they score on their chances. They're opportunistic and they have small forwards that just work. So if you're not prepared to play, you're going to get embarrassed in this arena pretty quick.
All 5 goals for KC came in transition, too. What'd you see on that side of the neutral zone?
Yeah, like I said, I didn't love our game in the first, but we managed pretty well. We 0 2-on-1, 0 3-on-2s, and what do you know, the score is 0-0, and we have time to find our game. And then we came out in the second, and bam, we gave up 3 2-on-1s, and they're not going to mess those up. They're too talented, too skilled. So they made no mistake and buried it, and we tried to hit reset and couldn't do it fast enough, and that's how it goes.
What goes into your coverage when you're trying to stop, again, dynamic and fast forwards on their side getting on-man looks? Yeah,
you just got to make them defend longer than they want to, and that way they don't have the offensive energy to jump behind you. We talked about it. We watched film today. On a lot of the goals, the players are just behind us defensively, and then you turn and go to skate, and they're too quick to catch. So it's positioning and keeping your head on the swivel at all times and staying aware, mental engagement at all times, or they're going to make you pay.
There are a couple of positives. The PK had a really good showing on their looks, but also Nathan Torkia in his debut as a starter. 31 saves. I know he's not going to get the win, but 31 saves. He looks pretty good out there.
Yeah, he earned my respect, that's for sure. He's a smaller goaltender who I actually enjoy the smaller goaltender sometimes because you see their compete. They have to compete a little harder than the bigger guys because of the percentages of how much net they take up. He's really quick. He's, like I said, his number one attribute is his competition level. It's through the roof, so I think the guys let him down a little bit, and he'll get back in there, and we'll fight harder for him next time here.
Yeah, you mentioned the smaller goaltenders. Just the position has gotten so big now that smaller goalies like him are usually overlooked at 5'10". What do you see in his compete level day in, day out?
Yeah, he tries hard in practice. His angles are really good, and he's quick. He has to be quick. When you're not a bigger goalie, you have to be quick, and he is. He's athletic. He can play the puck really well. I believe in him. He had a rough little start getting thrown in there in Tulsa, and then the best team in the division here. So I look forward to seeing him play more games. But yeah, you mentioned it. Everyone likes the big goalie right now. It's just the percentages of when those D shots come in and their screens, they just take up more net. So, but man, his competition level is super high, and he's an awesome kid to be around. So I think we'll give him a better effort the next time he gets in.
Makes you wonder how guys like Darren Pang had so much success at the goaltending position, right?
Yeah, it does. I don't have anything for that.
That's fine. Game 2 here tonight. Obviously, KC will know what they can do. What positives do you take from Game 1 you can turn here into Game 2?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to defend harder, and you asked for the positives. It's tough to stay positive this time of year, especially after a 5-0 loss and then the loss in Tulsa. So it's not going to be easy, but we can build scar tissue and heal up and get back after it and show exactly who we are. The challenge is we're not going to get in the playoffs. We need to move on, and as hurtful as that is, as hard as this team fought to try to get back into that fight, we're not going to make it. So these players and coaches and us as an organization, we never want to misrepresent ourselves. As players and as humans and competitors, you get used to misrepresenting yourself. It becomes a habit, and we don't want that.
It's your first time as a coach and first time in a long time coaching games where your team does not have a playoff shot, right? So how do you deal with that just mentally?
I've never done it before as a player or a coach, so I'm learning. I hope I don't want to have to learn this one again. But like I said, I had a coach tell me one time, if you're not trying to improve, then it's time to retire. And I think that goes for the staff and for all of us. Let's just keep trying to improve, and we're not going to win the championship this year, but we can still act like champions and improve and try to get there.
All right, good luck, Costi. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.